All right, well, we have seen people use marijuana to treat a number of medical, also mental conditions.
And some are using it to get them on the path to alcohol abstinence. So joining us in studio today is Joe Shrank. Joe is the founder of High Sobriety. That's an organization using marijuana to help people struggling with alcohol addiction. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me. I was a little late, so when my mother sees how I'm dressed, I'm in big trouble.
You're just fine.
Just fine for Friday. It's casual Friday here.
Yeah.
So how does this work?
Well, look, cannabis, there's a lot of literature out there and a lot of scholarly studies that demonstrate that replacing cannabis with drugs that have a lethal dose is a very effective way for people to get better. It may not be drug-free, which is what we love in America. We love everybody to be totally abstinent and drug-free. But in our view, if somebody is using heroin or they're using opiates or they have a severe addiction and they're able to help themselves move away from that, with using cannabis, it's a big victory. Same with alcohol. 88,000 people a year drink themselves to death, so most people are safer by using cannabis.
So how do you begin treating someone, if you will? Do you counsel them about how much to use and when to use it, or how does it work?
Yeah, well, the initial step is the detox. Of course, people come in all ranges of impairment, and so the first thing is medical. The doctor has to clear the person. Sometimes they have to be hospitalized. It's a very severe thing. Right. But the cannabis can help with the detox. A heroin detox is a very painful process, benzodiazepines, so it really helps with symptomatic care. From there, as the person moves through and they're in counseling and they're in a group model, the social model and that kind of a thing, then we can figure out, well, what's good about this for you? Sometimes it's not even the psychoreactive substance, which is THC. Sometimes it's, like we've had patients who've had Crohn's disease, which really helps. The CBD in cannabis helps the inflammation. It really helps them so they can stay off opiates. It's important to know that states with medicinal cannabis, and well done Nevada, you're now a cannabis state, have 25% fewer overdose deaths than states that don't. And so that's just too large a number to ignore. Like it's not compassionate to just let people not have this option because of some kind of moral objection.
Have you gotten any kind of feedback from Alcoholics Anonymous on this?
Yeah, lots of, I'm wildly unpopular with them. Yeah, which is interesting because I am a sober guy. I'm abstinent myself. You know, and I say it all the time. I'm also Catholic, but I don't think 700 million Hindus are going to be Catholic because I am. People find their recovery at various points. In various paces. Not everybody is going to go to AA. Not everybody's going to do well with AA.
But what guarantees do you have that an alcoholic, if he comes to you, he'll take the marijuana, but he'll still keep drinking?
Well, we never have any guarantees about anything with addiction. I think the first thing that we really need to put aside is that guarantee or that promise. The truth is recovery is very much a process. It's not a decision. So people kind of ebb and flow in and out of impairments. Sometimes they're better and sometimes they're not. So we don't really have a guarantee, but when we offer them something rather than nothing, rather than church basements and bad coffee with weird people the rest of your life, that's a tough sell, for one. When we say, look, medical cannabis can help you. We've seen a lot of chronic alcoholics get a lot better using cannabis, for sure.
And Joe, you said you do not drink, is that correct?
I don't, and I don't consume cannabis either, which people find really
okay, because I was going to ask if your journey had kind of helped.
No, I mean, I am abstinent. I feel like I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the people, I haven't had a drink or a drug in 20 years. It's been great in many ways, for sure, but I don't feel like I can morally impose what I did on other people. They have to be given all of their options. And to me, by using medical cannabis, if we take death off the table, like, all right, good. Then they have choices. They could give up cannabis too if they needed to or wanted to, or they could find their journey however it's going to work. If they drop dead of a heroin overdose or drink themselves to death or have liver failure or all the things that happen to people using those kinds of substances, game's over.
And as a sidebar, Larry Hagman, the actor, he was a notorious alcoholic.
Yeah.
He said Jack Nicholson, the actor, said, try smoking this. And it got him off alcohol.
It got him off alcohol. There's a lot of people out there who are encouraging people to sort of come out of the closet, if you will, because the criminalization of cannabis has made They can't disclose that. Nobody wants to be a criminal.
Right.
And the truth is there are millions and millions and millions of people who are able to use cannabis recreationally or medicinally without impairment. The same way there are millions of people who are going to go home today and have a glass of wine. There are people who are going to go home and smoke a joint. It's not going to impact their lives negatively.
So high sobriety, how long has it been around? How many people do you estimate you guys have helped?
Well, it's interesting because we're sort of like well-seasoned rehab people. Like we've all worked in rehab for many, many years.
Right.
And we have done this in this clandestine, hush tone, stage whisper sort of thing. Like, hey, how about if it's not working, why don't you try this? And really the impetus for that was with combat vets. Like we get these guys in, they do great on cannabis. They do phenomenally well. They get them off pills and booze, and they have a chance to re-enter life. And so that's kind of how it started. It's high sobriety. This was the year that with the guys that I did this with, I said, let's just do it. We're not going to apologize, and we're going to call it high sobriety. We're not even going to tell people, well, you know,
no disguise.
No disguise, no apologies. When people say they're switching one drug for another, we say, yes, that is correct. That's what they're doing.
All right, Joe Shrank. With high sobriety.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks. Sorry about the.
You look great, and you did great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care.